Most gardeners put down their seed packets in August. The smart ones are just picking them up. These 10 flowers, all classic cottage garden favorites, sown right now will give you the most beautiful spring display of your gardening life. Here's what to sow.
If there's one flower that belongs in every cottage garden, it's Calendula, the pot marigold. Those cheerful daisy-like blooms in warm orange, gold, and soft yellow have been brightening American gardens for generations, and for very good reason. Easy, beautiful, and blooming for months without much fuss at all. Sow directly in August, and they'll germinate quickly in the still warm soil, build roots through September, and be blooming by late fall. Then again in early spring, before almost anything else wakes up. In milder climates, they carry right through a gentle winter. They self-seed so reliably that once you have them, you may never need to buy seeds again. They just come back, year after year, like faithful old friends. Calendula has a long history as a healing herb too. Petals used in skin salves and teas for centuries, which is exactly where the name pot marigold comes from. For the garden, the vase, or the medicine cabinet, they earn their place 100 times over.
Larkspur is one of the most classically beautiful cottage garden flowers you can grow. Tall, graceful spires in exquisite shades of blue, purple, pink, and white that bring real height and elegance to any border. And here's the wonderful thing about sowing it in August. Larkspur actually needs cold weather to germinate. And August sowing gives those seeds exactly what they need. They settle into the soil, experience the chill of autumn and winter, and emerge in very early spring as strong, healthy seedlings ready to bloom. It doesn't want to be moved or transplanted. It likes to grow right where it lands, so direct sowing in August is truly the ideal approach. Once it's blooming in late spring, it makes one of the most spectacular cut flowers in the garden, lasting beautifully in a vase for a week or more. One thing to know, all parts of larkspur are toxic if eaten, so keep it away from areas where little ones or pets tend to play.
Few sights in gardening are quite as breathtaking as a row of foxgloves in full bloom. Those tall, stately spires of spotted bell-shaped flowers and rose pink, soft cream, and lavender have graced cottage gardens for centuries and never go out of style. Foxglove is a biennial, foliage in year 1, magnificent flower spikes in year 2. Sow in August, enjoy lovely leafy rosettes next spring, then the blooms the summer after. From that point, it self-seeds so reliably that both stages grow side by side every year without you ever sowing again. A beautiful, self-sustaining cycle. One important note, all parts of foxglove are toxic if eaten, so keep it away from areas where grandchildren and pets play. Grown with that awareness, it is truly one of the most rewarding flowers any cottage garden can hold.
Is there a more cheerful, more nostalgic flower than the snapdragon? Those colorful, velvety blooms that snap open and close with a gentle squeeze, a trick that has delighted grandchildren for generations, are also some of the finest cut flowers you can grow, lasting beautifully in a vase for well over a week. Snapdragons love cool weather, so a late August sowing is just right. They germinate well in the still warm soil, establish through September, and are blooming by October in much of the country, right through until hard freezes arrive. In the south and along the Pacific coast, they often carry through the entire winter, a cheerful sight when everything else has gone quiet. They come in a wonderful range of heights, compact types for containers and border edges, and taller varieties that make stunning long-stemmed arrangements. Whatever your space, there's a snapdragon that fits perfectly.
Sweet William is the kind of flower that carries memories with it. That warm, spicy, sweet clove fragrance, so tied to old-fashioned gardens and summer evenings on the porch, is one of the most evocative scents in all of horticulture. Many of us first met this flower in a grandmother's garden, and growing it ourselves brings those moments right back. Like foxglove, it's a biennial. Sow in August, build leafy growth through fall, rest through winter, then burst into those gorgeous flat-topped flower clusters in late spring. The blooms come in rich reds, pinks, whites, and bicolored combinations, every single one intricately patterned in its own unique way. It self-seeds reliably too, returning year after year once it's settled in.
For those who love cutting flowers for the house, Sweet William is a true gift. The stems hold well in water, and that beautiful clove fragrance fills a room with something really special.
There is something truly extraordinary about an Iceland poppy in full bloom. Those tissue paper thin petals and apricot, salmon, soft yellow, and cream tremble with every little breeze in a way that feels more like art than gardening. They stop people in their tracks, and they make even a simple garden feel quietly magnificent. Sow in August for blooms that run from late winter all the way through spring. They're cool season flowers that thrive after summer's heat has passed, and an August sowing gives them plenty of time to settle in before cold arrives. In the south and along the west coast, they'll bloom right through the winter months, a beautiful thing on a mild January morning. They make wonderful cut flowers too. Cut the stems early in the morning when buds are just beginning to open. Sear the cut ends in a flame for just a second to seal them, and they'll last beautifully in a vase for several days. Few flowers in the cottage garden are more cheerful or more classically American than the bachelor's button. That vivid, almost impossibly clear shade of true blue that stands out in a border like nothing else. Blue is one of the rarest colors in the flowering plant world, which is part of what makes this humble little wildflower so treasured. It also comes in soft pinks and whites, but it's that classic cornflower blue that has made it a garden staple for generations. An August sowing sets them up for fall blooming, and again in early spring, 2 full seasons of color from a single planting with very little effort on your part. They're also wonderful for butterflies and beneficial insects, and they self-seed so reliably that many gardeners simply let them naturalize in a corner of the yard and return every year entirely on their own. Sow directly where you want them. They don't love being moved. Thin a little for breathing room, and that's genuinely all they ask. If there's a flower more people simply love than the pansy, I'm not sure what it would be. Those cheerful little faces, each one a unique combination of velvety colors and delicate markings, have a way of making even the most experienced gardener smile. And they're surprisingly tough, holding up through temperatures that would stop most other flowers cold. Sow in August and you'll have blooming plants by October, right when the garden starts to feel quiet and a little color is most welcome. In most parts of the country, those same plants rest through the coldest weeks of winter, then burst back into bloom in very early spring, sometimes while there's still frost on the ground in the mornings. Perfect for window boxes, the front porch, and border edges, and they come in such a beautiful range of colors you can match them to anything. Deadhead the spent blooms regularly and they'll keep going for months. On a warm fall afternoon, there are few garden fragrances more quietly lovely than sweet alyssum, that soft, honey-sweet scent that drifts up from those low, dense clusters of tiny flowers and perfumes the air in the most gentle, unassuming way. It's the kind of fragrance you notice without quite knowing where it's coming from, and then you look down and find those little blossoms tucked along the path edge or spilling over the sides of a window box, doing their quiet, beautiful work. Sweet alyssum is one of the most useful flowers in the cottage garden because it fills every gap beautifully, between stepping stones, along the front edge of a border, tumbling over the edge of a container on the porch. It germinates quickly from an August sowing and blooms before long, giving you fragrant ground-level color well into the cooler months. It self-seeds freely too, returning to the same spots year after year with very little encouragement. It's also one of the very best plants in the garden for attracting the small native bees and beneficial insects that help keep everything else healthy and thriving.
We close with the most quintessentially cottage garden flower of all, the one that perhaps more than any other says home and summer and the way things used to be, the hollyhock. Those tall, statuesque spires covered in large, satiny flowers in soft pinks, rich reds, buttery yellows, and pure white have stood against fences and cottage walls across America for hundreds of years. And there's something about their presence in a garden that feels timeless in a way very few other flowers can match. Sow hollyhocks in August, and they'll grow a lovely rosette of foliage through fall, rest quietly over winter, and then, in their second season, send up those magnificent flowering spikes that can reach 6 feet or more. Once established, they self-seed reliably and return year after year, gradually naturalizing along a fence or wall exactly the way they've always been meant to grow. If you'd love blooms sooner, look for annual hollyhock varieties, newer selections that will flower in their very first year from an August sowing. If there's a fence in your yard, a sunny wall, or a corner of the garden that needs truly beautiful and enduring to anchor it, this is your flower. It always has been.
Ten beautiful flowers, all of them worth every bit of the small effort it takes to get their seeds in the ground this August, and every one of them connected to something larger than just a garden, to memory, to family, to the quiet pleasure of tending something beautiful and watching it grow. There is a wonderful thing about gardening at this stage of life, the patience it has given you, the seasons you've seen, the knowledge in your hands that no book can fully teach. The garden rewards all of that. Every seed you press into the soil this August will come back to you as color, as fragrance, as a cutting for the kitchen table, or simply as something lovely to walk past in the morning with a cup of coffee. That's always been the real point of it, hasn't it? If this video was useful to you,
Please hit like and subscribe. There are more guides like this one coming throughout the season. And leave a comment below. Which of these flowers brings back the sweetest memory for you? I'd truly love to hear. Happy gardening. Go sow something beautiful.